Hey everyone, welcome.
Hi everyone.
Last month I decided to upgrade my soundbar. I went from the Yamaha YAS107 to this one, the Sonos Beam.
Yeah.
This one came out about a year ago, and in this video we're gonna have a look at the specs of this soundbar and what the user experience is.
Yeah. So internally this woofer has 4 full-ranged woofers, 1 tweeter for crisp vocals. It has 3 passive radiators, and apparently this moves the air around in the woofer to create a warmer sound.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, and it has 5 amplifiers, 1 for each speaker.
Yeah, and don't be fooled by its size, because it sounds actually really great. And we will demonstrate in a second how it sounds, and hopefully it will come through with my mic. But yeah, of course you can test it for yourself at a local dealer who sells Sonos equipment.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the connections of this soundbar. If we move over to the back, you can see the power connector. Next to that we have the connect button. Next to that we have an Ethernet connection. And next to that we have an HDMI ARC audio return channel connection. If your television doesn't have ARC, they include a Toslink to HDMI converter for you. So it will convert the audio from Toslink to HDMI. On the top we find 3 soft touch buttons. From the left we have the volume down, then we have the play pause, and next to that we have the volume up. And above the play pause is the microphone. And you can tap that to give a voice command.
So if you want to mount this speaker to your wall, you would require a specific wall mount that Sonos sells separately. At the bottom it has 2 holes to be able to mount the wall mount to. So that's the only way to mount it to your wall, really. So yeah, with that tech specs out of the way, I think it's time to have a look at the app.
So before you can use the app, of course you will need to set up your soundbar first. And it's very easy. Just download the app from the App Store. It's available on Android and iOS as well. We will demonstrate the iOS app, but it's really not that different from the Android version. If you follow the steps and you have this soundbar connected through Wi-Fi or with Ethernet, and you have it connected with your app, you will get to the home screen. You can see I've already added some playlists and some music, some internet stations, and I will show you in a bit how to do that. If you're not familiar with the app, you can edit it, change the layout, whatever you want. If you tap on the name of this soundbar, in my case I named it Living Room, that's where it's located. You can see no music is playing at the moment. We have the volume slider. On the top we have an option button, and a playlist that's playing will be shown here as well. So that's for the home screen. You can play, pause, basic controls, basically. Yeah, that's it. Then we go to the browse feature, and if you have added, like me, YouTube Music, Plex, the Plex Media Server, MyTuner Radio, whatever plugin you installed, it will be displayed here, or TV, and that will just pass through the audio from your television to the Sonos. So it will be the TV mode. If you don't change it, it will automatically switch when it receives an input on the ARC, dus on the HDMI connection.
Yeah.
So if you disable that, then you can do it manually by tapping on TV. So that's for browse. Then we have rooms. I only have one Sonos product as for now, and that is the living room. So that's where my speaker is located. Then you have search. Previously searched items like artists, albums. You can find it here, what you search for, and you can search again for it if you like. If you go to more, you have the inbox. This will display messages from your Sonos. Voice services. We have Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant since last week or the week before that.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of problem here in the Netherlands. Alexa doesn't work, and if we have a look on Google Assistant, doesn't work either. So this is still a work in progress, and sadly we know from Sonos they are not too fast with voice services.
No.
So we have to be a little bit more patient. Add music services. Here you can add the services I mentioned before, like YouTube Music, Apple Music, a whole bunch of apps. You can just browse to them and install the apps you want. Add speakers. Here you can add more speakers. Yeah. So you can use, for example, 2 Sonos Ones, and you can pair them in a surround setup. We cancel that for now. Then we have alarms. You can, of course, set an alarm, helps and tips. And then we go to settings, and you can basically change everything with your Sonos.
Yeah.
Add a speaker or sub. as we mentioned just before, you can add another speaker to your speaker group, and you can create a surround setup for that matter. Add a boost or bridge from Sonos. Room settings to change the settings of the room you pre-configured. So in my case, that's living room. I can change the name, through play tuning, and yeah, as you can see now, please do this with the curtains closed, because it looks like you're cleansing the room. Really. It works really well after you're done with that, but it creates a terrible noise, very loud. But it tunes the audio so that the audio quality is basically normalized throughout the room.
Yeah.
So the speaker is designed for small/medium sized rooms. Volume limit, I've set it to off, but if you have a bunch of kids and they like to play music at high volume, you can put this to, for example, 40%. Then we have EQ, and that's the equalizer setting, and this is something I missed with my Yamaha. I couldn't control the treble or the bass independently. So with this you can add a bit more bass, or you can just add a bit more treble or a bit less, and you can turn off or turn on loudness, and it will boost the volume. You will get a richer sound from your soundbar. So that's for the EQ. Then we have advanced audio, and if we go to that, we have the TV dialogue setting. If your movie and audio are out of sync, you can change it here. You can set the delay for lip sync. So that's basically what it does. Add a voice service. Well, we already been there. Amazon and Google Assistant. Add a sub, add surround speakers, and then you can create, of course, your own home cinema setup. Really nice. Speaker touch controls, you can enable or disable it here. So if we put it on disable, these functions are disabled and don't work anymore. You can leave them on. Then we come to status light, and yeah, as the name implies, you can switch this on and the status light will indicate. So if you power on the Sonos, you will see the status light. Yeah. But if you watch a film and you find it annoying, you can simply just turn it off as well. Advanced room, with Wi-Fi, you can disable it. If you don't want to use Wi-Fi and just want to use Ethernet, just disable it here and it will be off. So that's that. The TV and remote section. If we go to TV, we have the autoplay option. This is the option I mentioned before. So if it detects a signal on the HDMI connection, it will automatically switch to TV mode. If you set this off, you will have to switch it manually. If we turn this function on again, you can see ungroup on autoplay. If you set up a multi-room configuration, you don't want your movie sound through the whole house, just in that one room. And then you can turn on this function, ungroup on autoplay, and it will do that for you, and it will just play the sound on the speaker, which is configured to play the sound. Then we have the TV setup, and if your television isn't directly working with audio return channel, you can configure it here, and you can use your TV remote with the CEC function to turn up and turn down the volume on your soundbar. So that's that. And last but not least, we have more information. Well, it just redirects you to the website and the product information of the Sonos Beam. So that were the room settings for configuring your soundbar. Below that we have the boost settings, not available. No settings are available right here because we don't have a boost or a bridge. Then we have AirPlay. If you have an Apple device, you can use AirPlay. It does support AirPlay 2.0. App settings. It will redirect you to your settings, to the app settings on your iPhone. Parental controls. Here you can set a password on specific content. You can password protect it there. Then we have the Manage Music library. If you have added shared folders to your Sonos, you can update the index right here. I haven't configured that, so My Music services, and here you can set up the services you want to use, like in my case MyTuner Radio, Plex and YouTube Music. I have configured those accounts here. And then we have my Sonos settings, recently played, and it will just show you the songs you played last. So it will keep track of what songs you played. And you can clear it here as well. Then we have the account settings, and you need an account. You need to register with a Sonos account, and that will be displayed there. Date and time settings, advanced settings, wireless setup, so we can, if we purchase a new router or whatever, we can just connect it to another access point. Confirm location, you can turn it on or off if you like. Submit diagnostics, the beta program, I haven't enrolled in that. reset controller, and you can start over. Additional users data if you want to share that with Sonos. Audio compression, I've set this to uncompressed. Show media service and show universal plug and play service as well. You can turn that on here and enable search history. Then we have the system updates. By default, it's set to automatic updates. If it finds an update, it will just install it for you. And we can check for updates, and it says my Sonos is up to date. So that's really nice. And last but not least, about my Sonos system, it will display the information, the connection info, hardware information. It's all there. Let's see if we can get some music out of this box. Yeah. So we have a couple of songs. That's more ambient sound, of course.
Yeah.
London Fog. And let's play this one. It's something. Then we have realization. So yeah, it isn't maybe not so accurate, this demo. Of course, it's from my studio mic. I suggest that if you're considering buying a Sonos Beam or a Playbar or a Playbase for that matter, that find a reseller and hear a demo for yourself, because it sounds pretty good for a soundbar, especially for this size, because the Playbar is way bigger.
Way bigger, indeed. Yeah, so if we just listened to 3 examples, short pieces. High sounds are very crisp, very clear. Yeah. Low sounds as well. And on the third one, you had like a bass drop halfway through the song.
Yeah.
And it really sounds really warm, and you can feel the bass, you can notice it. So you've been using this for a month right now. You've watched multiple videos, movies, stuff like that.
Different movies.
Yeah. So what's your experience like the past month that you've used it?
It's a little bit biased because I came from the Yamaha YAS 107. That soundbar costed 250 euros. Yeah. This one I paid over 400 euros, so almost double.
Yeah.
I was pretty surprised with the sound it produced. The sound quality, that is. Especially because the sound quality is overall way better than the YAS. But you can't compare it to that soundbar.
No, because it's almost double the price.
It's double the price.
Yeah.
For the price, it's really good. Yeah, it's a really decent soundbar. The setup is really easy, and it's very user-friendly. I've never experienced any connection drops through playback. No. And of course that's with the ARC connected, but with radio streaming or music streaming it works really well. And the sound quality is really good throughout the whole room. And I have a medium-sized room, so
indeed.
I'm very pleased with this soundbar. My intention is to expand this as a surround setup, so maybe get a Sonos One, 2 Sonos One speakers. I won't get a subwoofer because I think this little device produces enough bass for me. Yeah. So I'm very pleased with this.
So that was the Sonos Beam.
Yeah.
a catchy name for a soundbar.
Yeah, you can beam everything to it. I think that's the idea of the Beam. Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys noticed in our last video, and we sent out a message as well on YouTube, we've had a Discord channel now for I think about a week.
A week
now.
Like that. Yeah. No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks already?
2 weeks already,
okay.
Yeah.
So quite a few people have joined our Discord, and we want to thank everyone for joining and starting up a community right there. So we're gonna post it again in the description. Feel free to just join in and start communicating with each other. We would love to see that.
Yeah, with that we're gonna conclude the video. If you have any comments, suggestions, maybe some advice, you can leave them down in the comment section. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye!